Guys, welcome back to another ECW review. It was the 5th of December 2006 show, freshly off the back of the
Wait,
ECW December to Dismember pay-per-view. One of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen, to be fair, but that's because I've pretty much haven't watched any wrestling in the past 10 years. So there's probably been a shitload of worse pay-per-views, but at the time, this was pretty bad, but we're not going to ramble on for 10 years about how bad ECW December to Dismember was. In fact, we're going to go ramble on about how bad this show was, even though it wasn't that bad. It certainly wasn't one of the best of shows. But it would kick off with Paul Heyman. It's a WWE.com live video, so I'm assuming this has been available since Sunday night,
yep.
and they're just showing it on ECW. They did something kind of similar to this on the they were showing stuff on the pay per view that they'd already showed on the go home show. I thought was incredibly lazy. Why they're doing this, I don't really know. But Paul Heyman's fucking crying, saying the Big Show, carried ECW on his back. It wasn't fair what happened to him. It took 5 men or whatever. It took a 280-pound monster with a weapon in his hand. Blah blah blah. Well, you're the ones that put. Now we knew what the match was like. It's not like how can you? It's like losing a ladder match and saying, "Oh, but you used a ladder to beat me." You know what I mean? Come on, what the fuck? But anyway, Paul Heyman says that's him done. He's leaving. You'll no see him again, and he announces that the Big Show will get his rematch for the title tonight. And then after that match, the Big Show loses. He'll probably be done as well, hopefully. Anyway, we kick off the first match of the night. CM Punk and RVD in a tag team, both showing signs of effects of their Elimination Chamber match. And then RVD grabbed the mic and he said this one was for Sabu. Then Test comes out, also showing signs of injury.
And then it comes boring as hell, hardcore Holly down.
There was some wee annoying cunt in the crowd that I wanted Test to kill, but he managed to, hold himself back now, so fair play to him. Then Hardcore Holly comes out boring as usual, doesn't sell anything. It's just boring
That's not his
hardcore.
theme song. It's down. Oh, no, it's
That's Dan Severn.
I know what it is like.
That's what I was doing.
No, it wasn't.
Piss off, right? Anyway,
Point is, guys, he's boring as hell.
tag team match. Punk's getting RVD's getting dominated. Punk gets tagged down, cleans house, gets rid of the Test, batters Hardcore Holly, locks him in the Anaconda face, about the top. Heyman's henchmen come out.
Take about 5 seconds too long.
Yeah, so Heyman was in the Anaconda face quite a long time here.
Holly.
Holly was in the Anaconda face quite a long time here. I wish it was fucking Heyman in the match, to be honest. It would be better than Hardcore. But anyway, the team come out, interrupt it. And then Sabu comes out with, apparently had a broken neck last night and isolated shoulder. Dislocated shoulder, even.
Oh, well, broken neck. Concussion and a dislocated shoulder. Fucking
Well, same
broken
shit.
neck. You think he's out here? Dive my put like a madman.
Would it surprise you? The guy that fucking super glues his wooden shut? Probably
Well,
not.
no, it wouldn't, but
Anyway, he comes out, starts battering the Heyman's henchman. One of Heyman's henchmen seems to get out the ring with just a chair shot, but then the other one gets absolutely battered, taking everyone's finisher maneuvers. Anaconda face, frog splash, Arabian facebuster with the chair. This guy got barred, and that's probably going to be the last of these henchmen. I doubt we'll see them returning. I mean, if this was like a TV show and that was your way of writing them off, fair play. It was pretty good.
no, that was alright. I wouldn't say it was fucking pretty good. Like,
No, I'm saying if this is your way, I would rather something like this rather than just be like 3 weeks down the line. Be like, what happened to those two guys in the riot gears that used to hang about with Heyman?
alright, fair enough, fair enough. But anyway, we have our next match, which is Davari taking on Tommy Dreamer.
Now this happened at the pay per view,
So
and
why is it
it's happening again. I mean,
well, I'd rather happen tonight than at pay per view.
well, it's not a pay per view match. It's not a match I want to see in ECW. Never mind seeing it at the pay per view.
It's not even a match I want to see in current WWE.
Yeah, I mean, if this was like a Sunday night Heat main event, you'd still feel ripped off. But for some reason, they feel it's alright to charge you with
Dafari's awful.
fucking $50 for this
Keep
pish.
him a fucking manager.
I mean, like,
Like, what? Why is Kelly not been wrestling?
seeing Les Tafari playing up the fucking whole Muslim, discrimination gimmick, then he's just an Arab with a headband on wrestling. I mean,
Detail.
detail even. So
Fucking, they probably use them in catering to dry their hands.
anyway, Tommy Dreamer probably wiped his arse with that detail because he made quick work of Davari here tonight. Dreamer DDT. Then Khali comes out, big double-handed chokeslam on the chair. So, I mean, to me, should someone not be helping Tommy Dreamer?
Where's Sandman?
mean, Sandman, should he not be coming out with his cane and ramming it right up Callie's hole or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, maybe not that graphic, but you know what I mean? He should be coming out and helping Big Tommy, I think.
Tommy.
Everyone call it Tommy's a legend, so I mean, I would help Tommy Dreamer. I'd help Tommy Robinson too, but we'll not talk about him here.
I think he's getting fucking battered left every week by this guy, and no one gives a hell.
I mean, Bobby Lashley's supposed to be the big man in ECW. Why doesn't he come out and say, look, Callie, I got rid of one boring bastard, I'll get rid of you too. Do you know what I mean?
2-on-1 match. Next up, we have Big Show, boring promo. Next.
Basically, it's like, I walked in as ECW champion. Didn't walk out though. Then he said to Lashley, you're not the ECW champion because
You're
took
black.
you, and it took 5 other men to beat me, and you used every weapon in the chamber. Factually incorrect. Lashley was the only guy that Big Show faced inside the chamber, and Lashley only ever used 2 weapons on the Big Show. What to be? Yeah, 2 weapons. Yeah, it was 2, definitely 2. Never used the table on him, never used the crowbar
He
on him.
threw the table at the pod, but that's not using it.
Yep.
We're glad Bobby won. Big Bobby.
Well, I think as soon as RVD got eliminated, like the screw job was on. But anyway, regardless, we're not talking about ECW. December to dismember. Anyway, up next,
Should be, though.
we had a match between Ariel and Kelly. Kelly got a roll up about a minute in. Throwaway match. Mike Knox comes out dressed in a suit, flowers, looks as if he's about to go to someone's funeral. Maybe it's his funeral of his
ECW's
career.
funeral.
I don't know. Yep, could be many funerals here on the go. He wants forgiveness, gets down on one knee. Kelly forgives him, and then he throws flowers in her face and hits her with the
Knox.
the Knox driver or whatever.
What's it called? I don't know.
I don't know. Just go with the
And
flow.
Taz like, you sick bastard! Gets
Yeah.
up, throws the mic down, runs in the ring. Looks
And
like he's going to get him in the Taz mission. And then he fought it better.
Like, I don't even know if Knox fucking knew Taz was coming, or really just casually walked off and like, you're that small, your wee legs can't get across the ring fast enough to catch me. Like, I don't know if that was the case, or like, or Knox is completely unaware that Taz is.
Yeah.
It would have been kind of awkward if Knox turned around to gloat and Taz was walking towards him. I'd be like, oh shit, what do they here? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so Taz
This
comes
is
to
probably the best thing on the show.
Taz comes to. It was alright. Yeah, Taz comes to check on Kelly, and the officials come out. We get told that ECW next week will be on a special time
On a Saturday.
Saturday. And then with 15 minutes to go, we're at half an hour stage, and then the Big Show's music hits. Anytime you're going to have a Big Show match for 15 minutes, it's even with the entrances, 15 minutes is kind of too long.
Lashley does the slam a couple of times.
So anyway, Lashley gets battered the whole match. Tries to get Big Show up for the slam a couple of times, can't do it. He does it the 3rd time and almost like connects it, but it's more like Big Show kind of just falls off him. So I don't know if that was supposed to be the finish or what. And then they go home like a minute later, where Lashley does it again. But even then, he doesn't really hit the running powers. Now, I'm not saying if you're carrying that big fat bastard on your shoulders, you'd be able to run and do a power slam. But it looked like he was going to do it, but then he just kind of transitioned it into a scoop slam, which kind of makes the finish look no as good. You know what I mean?
Yep, but all that matters for me, guys, is that the Big Show is now fucked off and Lashley is
It'd
still
be like
champion.
Goldberg lifting Big Show, and he's got him up, but instead of being able to complete the jackhammer, he just kind of lets him fall to the floor.
Oh, yeah, suplex.
Yeah, that's what it'd be like. It'd be like, well, I haven't got the power to kind of, position my body for underneath him to get round into the jackhammer, so I'll just do a suplex. So basically, Bobby Lashley here, he didn't beat Big Show with a run power slam. He beat him with effectively a scoop slam. Which I'm not saying is not.
But he did it with 4 of them, so I can kind of let it
It's
slide.
impressive, but Big Show probably at his heaviest here. Big out of shape bastard probably isn't. The guy. I doubt the guy's giving much help to Bobby Lashley, but I guess there's always the spear, but they probably don't want. You've seen how bad Bobby Lashley's spears and Big Show have been. See, Big Show, he's that big, he can't really sell a good spear. Unless maybe Goldberg speared him in his prime, he'd maybe kill him, but you just think about it. I don't think it'd matter who hit the spear on, whether it's Rhino or Goldberg. See this version of Big Show, he's going to fall. His fall to the mat's going to be that slow and sluggish. It's just not going to look impressive.
Yep, and let's get into the ratings for this ECW show.
And then anyway, Bobby Lashley celebrates with the title, and that is the end. That is the end of Big Show's reign, the end of Paul Heyman's reign. This is the end of ECW, who knows?
Pretty much.
Kind of sad, like, as soon as they get rid of Paul Heyman and Big Show, that's when they kind of just transition out of the old ECW. And it's like, I don't know, that's when fuck it should have got good. That's when you should be getting
it's like
your RVDs main event.
that's what annoys me. It's like Punk's just been transitioned up to fighting with the top main offender guys, and the company's went to shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. Overall, I mean, this wasn't a bad show. I mean, I'll give it a. It wasn't fucking great, was it? I'll give it a 4.
Lashley retained. I like the Knox gimmick.
The Knox segment with Kelly was good. The opening match was alright. And I guess Lashley hitting that move on Big Show was pretty impressive.
But there was a 15-minute Big Show match, so I agree.
There was a Daivari Tommy Dreamer match,
which was awful. I didn't like. Well, I like Dreamer winning, but the match itself, I mean.
Suppose Cali comes out, hits the double choke someone share, you know. That's what.
Aye,
4 out of 10. I mean, 4 out of 10 is fair.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10 is fair.
4 out of 10.
What will happen next week? Tune in, guys, to find out. Unfortunately, we will too. But anyway,
actually, it won't be the 12th.
Is it just me though, or are they just doing away with Extreme Rules matches?
Yep, seems to be the fucking transition away from
maybe we'll get Taz versus Mike Knox Extreme Rules match next week.
Hopefully, guys. But until that,
Peace.